Good morning, Washington, D.C. Today's segment is about the Japanese American relocation to the concentration camps. President Roosevelt sent 110,000 Japanese descendants into concentration camps. Two-thirds of that group were actually American citizens. President Franklin decided it was best for all West Coast Japanese Americans to be sent to camps due to the fact that they were posing a threat for national security. After the Japanese had bombed Pearl Harbor in Hawaii, the military had no evidence of danger, and most Japanese Americans showed no disloyalty, but they insisted it was a military necessity. And now we will transition you to my reporter, Mackenzie LeBay, in front of the courthouse. Thank you.
I'm standing outside live the Washington, D.C. courthouse where Congress just got done with the Korematsu trial. Korematsu is a Japanese American who had broken Consecutive Order 9066 by staying in his home in California instead of being transported to the concentration camps. Korematsu had lost the case. Congress voted 6 against 3. Even though Korematsu was protecting his freedom, court said Korematsu was breaking espionage outweighed Korematsu's rights. Many people believe that this is wrong, and here's a striker to tell us her opinion. What's your name?
My name is Selves. I'm very angry.
Do you think the president and Congress took the war power too far by restricting the rights of Americans of Japanese descent?
Yes, I think they were wrong for restricting the rights of Japanese people just because they're on the West Coast.
Why do you think the Hawaiian Japanese got treated differently than the West Coast Japanese?
I think they got treated differently because they were a bigger population in Hawaii.
Ooh, zoom in, zoom out.
Overall, how do you feel about Korematsu's case?
Overall, I think it's wrong because they have the same rights as American citizens, and they shouldn't be taken away because they're of a different country's mistakes.
Thank you, Jatu, and now back to you, Fatu.
Breaking news, one of our reporters have gotten live footage inside the concentration camps. This is truly rare.
Where's that? Come on! Let's go!
We are reporting live in front of a concentration camp where they have held the Japanese people. Hello, I have some questions for you. What are the conditions that you're living in here?
We live in 2020 shack where my whole family stays, and when we arrived there was only one food shack for all of us to feed off.
Where are your sleeping spaces?
We have to sleep on cots, and the mattresses that we sleep on are filled with straw.
What keeps your spirit alive in the camp?
We keep our spirit and culture alive in the camp through art. When we came here, nothing was prepared, and the walls were blank. There was one light bulb, and it was just a pot-bellied stove.
What kind of art? Like painting and drawing?
Those included, we had a variety of different art. Since we were introduced to the empty room, filling it was a way for our family to come together. We filled it with handmade furniture and trinkets. So it was a way for us to revive our culture that was rudely taken from us.
Did you hand make it? With what exactly?
Well, scrap lumber was made into chairs, dressers, and tables. And sometimes, occasionally, we would make them into little trinkets, like little handcrafted birds. We'd paint them. And found metal we would make into knives because we wouldn't be able to take sharp objects into the camp.
Anything your camp specifically created on your own?
Well, when we had a young man drafted, we made him a silk vest. And there was 1,000 red knots on it. And we passed it around the camp so that it would signify as strength and courage for when he left.
It's ironic that Japanese people could fight and die for America, and then you all are looked at as the enemy.
It's okay. Through art, our creativity was looked at as silent acts of courage.
Hey, what are you doing?
The concentration camps were rooted in race prejudice, war hysteria, and failure of political leadership. The president took advantage of the power and had no right to take away the freedom of the Japanese Americans. Thank you for tuning in to RNN Royals News Report tonight. Thank you and have a good evening.
lot. Those
So cold. Why are you videotaping me?
Breaking news live.
Hello.
I've been drinking. Watermelon.
Nothing to say. Oh, yeah. Hold on, nigga. Oh, while I'm doing this, you guys should. What are you doing?
By staying in his home in California instead of going on the bus to be transformed. Oh my god. I said transformed. Sorry guys.
How?
Sorry.
How do you start again?
Hold on a second.
Oh my god, we're inside! Let's go! Let's go! Come on! We're reporting live in front of the concentration camp that they have put
Incarceration. There's a difference.
No,
There
it's
is
a
difference.
concentration.
It's incarceration.
Incarceration.
Incarceration.